I think that the statement that Biden will only engage with his counterpart in Saudi Arabia is significant insofar as it continues to reflect this sentiment from the Biden presidency that Mohammed bin Salman is a crown prince that needs to be reined in. And I think this sentiment is being heard loud and clear by Mohammed bin Salman himself, who rushed to reconcile with Qatar and lift the blockade, even if it meant angering the UAE and confusing Egypt, two of his most important allies. However, I think that Biden's engagement with his counterpart does not necessarily hinder Mohammed bin Salman's control over the kingdom, primarily because the counterpart that Biden is engaging with is very much in the dark about much of what is going on in the kingdom. We've seen reports that the king was blindsided by UAE normalization of ties with Israel and had no idea about Mohammed bin Salman's role in facilitating it by opening up Saudi airspace to the Israeli delegation. We've also seen the embarrassing clip of King Salman at the G20 summit, who, when he didn't realize he was live, asked his son if they had attended the meeting the year before. The signs that will show us that bin Salman's control or influence over the kingdom is really under threat is if we see an expansion of US engagement, of White House engagement with other Saudi princes on bilateral or on security issues. It's important to remember that when bin Salman himself was rising through the ranks, when bin Nayef was a crown prince, bin Salman was engaging with US officials over security matters relating to Saudi Arabia, or whether it's related to Syria, whether it's related to other portfolios. And if we see this coming out from the White House, this decentralization of engagement with Saudi Arabia, in that it's not exclusively discussions with Mohammed bin Salman, then we might be able to talk about a genuine threat to Mohammed bin Salman's influence. And it's important to highlight that Mohammed bin Nayef, the former crown prince, was imprisoned for this very reason, to ensure that all discussions about security issues would go through Mohammed bin Salman, and that they could not, and that US officials would not be able to interact with the likes of Mohammed bin Nayef without Mohammed bin Salman's knowledge.